Alright, it's What the Fuss episode 10. We have 10 episodes now. And I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just reacting to TikToks. But, what else can I do? The flavor of this video is gonna be trying to make my friends not reach the border. The border is like 9 points away. And I can use combat skills to take away 6 points. Hopefully my friends don't actually bother me that much. I had an annoying dream. I explained it in a previous video. But basically, I don't know. It was like kind of a playful bullying, basically, in a dream. They show up immediately in a dream. He with another girl, and it seems like they wanted to tease me with some weird things. And I don't fall for that shit, but it is pretty fascinating that it immediately happened, and it was the most vivid part of the dream. Everything else just kind of got knocked out. I'm not gonna get to the details, but it felt like Selena's channel either got blocked or deleted. And I'm talking about this, the most powerful girl in the world. So that's the flavor. Hopefully, I don't have to talk about it, because that would be weird. And friends would get points, and I don't need them to get points. It's bad if they do. I could check the border. Right now they're at 101. I don't want them to touch gold at all. I don't respect them that much. But what if I check it out here? This is the next. Linkin Park is next. Pokey can't really catch up. Linkin Park is barely 11 points higher, so even if I bump, it's not gonna be that easy. So I have to just brute force them out of myself, basically. And I can use Ari for an emergency attack, I guess. Now just she's activated. What a game we play, right? If you don't play real life, you're a loser. You have to... As many games as you like to play, the only one that you have to learn is how to play real life. How to play with other people's emotions, feelings, and self-esteem and all that nonsense. Because otherwise, life will be boring eventually. It doesn't matter how flashy your screen is, and how cool your controller is. If the game itself becomes boring, you just can't do anything. You have to entertain yourself with more and more extreme ways. But you can't actually reach that easily unless you actually entertain by reality itself, because there's a lot of things you can do with reality. Alright, now we get the full flavor, alright? 4 minutes in, that's good enough. Now, one thing. This is how I can summon Sniper Wolf, the Cake of the Fuss. I have to use this to detect it. Kinda crazy. Can I do it the other way? The Fuss. Okay, that works too. Too reliant. I shouldn't touch that. But yeah. Like, Sniper Wolf is the most powerful girl on YouTube. And she's powerful, she's fast because she can just use other people's content to make her own content. And because she gets to put herself in half of the screen, I mean, she steals basically half of the credits for making the video. I cannot do that. I cannot shove my face into your screen. But I can shove my narration. Very interesting. And opinions. So I can still split it 50-50. It's important to save TikToks from drowning. Wow. TikTok is constantly under attack, under scrutiny. It's gonna survive, it seems, and gonna create a new generation soon enough. But it has to survive, like actually survive. And it might not, so I'll have to save some TikToks. And potentially my What the Fuss episode is gonna be increasingly more valuable. And just reacting to TikToks could be the new NFT, on social media. Who reacted to TikToks? I need to watch people react to TikToks because TikTok is banned. That sort of idea. And TikTok algorithm is different for different people. We can all come together and watch a certain amount of TikToks together, all right? And comment about a common theme or something that we noticed. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Convenient to watch TikTok. You get a free friend. That's a convenient way. Alright. I'm your friend, guys. I stitched it together, and I narrate. For some reason, why am I putting so much effort? I don't even get paid. Look at me, guys. I must be wasting my time. Well, unfortunately, I can do whatever I want. And I've decided to be YouTube CEO. And now I steal TikToks. For education purposes. Stealing is good for education purposes. If it's not really an accident, because an accident has to be paid for. But if, that you did something wrong and you're going to work with that for the rest of your life. Just like I went to the shop and I dropped something and it smashed. It was glass. And now there's tuna everywhere on the shop's floor. I don't know, man. That's nasty. It's nasty, bro. And for me, it's weird, but nobody reacted to it as it's just a normal thing. But you just lost a product that's worth like €2, man. Like, they didn't even charge me for it. It's weird, but now I have to live with that guilt. So that's what you're gonna give me, guilt. Very interesting. Now it's annoying. They know what they're doing. Everyone knows what they're doing. Especially women right now. Women kind of dominating. They have given so many births. They don't have to do anything anymore. They just have to look pretty and attract attention until the game breaks and that attention becomes negative instead of positive. That looking pretty is not going to automatically give you positive attention. And that's starting to occur more often. And will make women more depressed and annoyed with their lifestyles, despite thinking that, that's all I had to do, though. But now all you have to do is, be more interactive with the people that care about you. Because the strategy keeps changing. So that's additional context. So when we see something, we talk about something like that, right? So let's put the context in. We need to prime ourselves, and maybe we just use this once again. What the Fuss, number 10. And we shouldn't use too much of space, but I gotta be careful. So the context is women are losing their powers of just doing simple things and exchanging attention to whatever they want. I mean, you can't possibly live an easy life. And even Andrew Tate has to show up and be like, oh, men live a very difficult life. Look how much I have worked in my life. No, he just enslaved a bunch of women. He just scammed everyone. That's it. And he continued enslaving women by going into their podcasts and enraging them of how he treats them, basically. He had to make it a physical comedy, basically, of him talking to real women and annoying the rest of the world of how he treats them, basically. That's why Andrew Tate existed, alright? That's how he became famous, by annoying people. Like Jake Paul used to do. But this one was a little bit more serious, man. It had jail involved and all sorts of nonsense. Obviously, no women come against Andrew Tate, but it's a weird case. I don't like that guy. I know he's very smart, but when you do weird things that destroy your intelligence, then it's like, well, what is the point of being smart if you can't fucking enjoy life? So that's a problem. But it exposes the idea that women are losing their powers because they allow people like that to manifest and say that women are living an easy life, which they kind of do until everything just crashes down and they lose the power within their own lifetime of not being able to look pretty anymore or attractive, and they just, I don't know, raise a kid, make a family with that, because now they just, well, I spend my time, so might as well just give in to the family business or whatever. And they still kind of retain power even in the family format. Even though the head of a family is a man, he gets to decide most of the things of how to spend money and, I don't know. I don't know past that point, because I don't really have family experience that much, and I honestly, not sure if I'm gonna touch it anytime soon. I care a little bit, I'm avoiding the subject right now, it feels like. Especially when I made Family's bullshit video. So that's gonna be first context clue. Let's have 3, and let's have a 4th one that will pop up randomly. Some kind of meme. Some kind of thing that we laugh at first. The first thing that will make me laugh is gonna be the 4th one. So, here you go. Second thing, again, my friends are trying to reach gold level. We need to stop them. Not good. I don't want this to happen. And it makes me like super duper suspicious of what the hell is going on when I have to dream about my friend after talking to them. That is so invasive. That means that my friend is not really the mastermind. Someone much more powerful is the mastermind behind these actions. Because, he would just brag about it. He wouldn't be able to control himself. And now he's just chilling on Sunday or whatever. He has 2 days off and all that shit. So, this is why I say, women losing their powers, but who knows what powers they have. I mean, now I'm just, opening my eyes and, oh, well, reality is not what it seems. And it's a lot more scary to think that way. So, yeah, of course men would just want to live in reality where Russia's fighting Ukraine and you have to help. Well, when are you gonna recruit yourself, man? I don't want to live in reality. Harsh reality, especially now that we had pandemic and inflation, and I still have to deal with all these things. I'm growing pretty fast, but it's really tightening people's belts and putting a lot of pressure. So there's an overall theme that will never go away. Oh well, another week in the apocalypse. Number 2. It started at 2020, so right now it's year number 3. Just 3? No. 2020 is the first year, 2021 is the second year, 2022 is the third year where the war with Ukraine starts and everything starts inflating magically. And then this is the fourth year. But what is the the catchiest thing about this? What is the specific month we're living in right now? What is happening? For me, the theme is Eurovision, right? Jury versus people. I've seen this theme a few times, and I feel like it's appropriate to keep it there. All right. So we have these 3 things. Again, once I laugh at something, we're gonna add it as a meme. As a 4th thing, let's begin our journey, finally. Am I right? 16 minutes.
Other dude stealing my hair.
Hey, Sharks. I'm Giuliano.
That's a weird introduction, but...
I'm Hank.
We're from Santa Monica, California, and we're looking for $80,000.
I just noticed, like, this is like a very, very interesting border. Usually it's just all vertical. You can't... You're not just stealing hair, you're also stealing YouTube videos now.
In exchange for 15% of our business. Hank, what are you doing? Are you eating a straight up lemon right now?
Yeah, dude. It's a lemon. But because of this berry right here, it tastes like candy.
Hold on. What kind of a berry makes a lemon taste like candy?
Nature's wild berry. Just chew this berry, and it'll turn anything sour, tart, even fermented, sweeter than sugar.
That sounds like a magic wizard berry to me.
Yeah, and it's weird that it works. Like, everyone is trying it, and it's like, can't believe this shit.
There you go.
That's that's a picture of me.
You look a lot better in food.
Actually, I identify as an emotional. Sometimes all you can think about is taste. Lucky for me, he specialized in taste, and he made the healthiest green juice I'd ever seen. And that
So you got that, you crave that sweet taste, right?
Right.
Right. So now you could eat things that were healthy for you, but they tasted sweet, so you like them.
Exactly.
Right.
I have 3 things here in front.
Apple juice.
Wow.
Magic?
Crazy. The lemon tastes like an orange now.
Absolutely incredible.
This is insanity.
Oh, it does taste like an orange.
Yeah, right?
How long does it last?
It lasts about 20 to 40 minutes.
I feel like a miracle is happening right now.
Tastes like an orange.
It's so weird. This is why women have to lose their powers eventually, because weird shit like that gets discovered, and it's like, man, my reality is just falling apart. Like, I can't do it. As a man, looking at all these weird things that the world has to offer, but then at the same time, yes, you want to keep the reality real and say to yourself that whatever you're looking at the screen has nothing to do with your life, but you're fooling yourself because you're still being programmed and you're still being teased. You will never get those berries, by the way. So, but it's very weird. Very weird, man.
2 down for like 5 seconds, and it should silence it.
You're telling me that for 40 years I've
Finally, humanity is saved, am I right?
been fighting a microwave sound? No way.
I actually should try it on my own microwave, because that would be nice. I don't want to fight microwaves anymore. Why is it so annoying, right? Am I annoying like a microwave as well? Yeah, my microwave doesn't have numbers. So there's no number 2. I just got fooled, assholes.
You're telling me for 40 years of taping boxes and not being able to find where the tape starts, I could have been doing this all along? No way.
I just fold the corner. I don't care. This one is
Man,
weird.
you're telling me for 40 years of struggling to open that aluminum tab on the creamer, I could have been doing this? No way.
Wait, okay. I guess. This one is also weird. Again, you need a context that you can spend confidence in order to convince women that you need something, from them. I spend confidence to do the opposite, to repel women, because that's the best thing you can do as a man, is just be a human repellent, basically. But you can spend confidence to attract if you're desperate, I don't know. If you like them a lot. I don't actually like women when it comes to interactions. Celebrities seem to be keeping it clean. And it would be fun, like, when you're interacting with a celebrity, you're interacting with thousands and thousands of fans, so you get to filter who you talk to and choose, cherry pick. I would love that very much. I can't wait to prepare myself for that, but you have to build confidence and keep buying movie tickets to see that celebrity over and over again. It gets weird, alright? The Matrix is pretty weird, now that the world is interconnected as well. But it can only stay interconnected for so long, until things get weird. So yeah, you can go to Korea right now. I'm not gonna move out of my fucking couch. It's the only way I can repel humans. Is by having fears and social anxiety. I still do, but now I'm kind of going outside every now and then when I have to grocery shop. So I make sure to spend that extra time and see what's up.
화장실 어디?
와, 한국말을 이렇게 잘해?
화장실
What are you
어디?
saying? Where's the
와, 한국말을 이렇게 잘해?
bathroom?
나 따라와, 나 따라와. 우리 집으로 가자. 우리 집 화장실로 가자. 우리 화장실.
It's so crazy, man. It's so crazy.
한국말 어디서 배웠어? 한국말 너무 잘해. 와, 우리 집에서 저녁 먹자. 들어와. 오케이. 이 사람 이거 한국말 너무 잘해.
안녕하세요.
진짜 최고네요.
같이 식사해.
와우. 안녕하세요.
와, 한국말 너무 잘하는데. 오케이.
To me, it's just goddamn scary, man. Anangasio. What the hell? This is funny, because cats are scared of water because they're fire creatures. Ooh, isn't that crazy? That's why Taylor Swift likes them so much.
Giây phút em gặp anh là em biết em si tình 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 tang tang ting tang tình 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 tang tang tang.
In the US, the average number of babies an American woman has is 1.64. In South Korea, it's fallen to just 0.78. So what will happen?
It's fallen into depression, where women are hungry for babies or whatever. I would imagine. I would be scared to go to Korea. That's why I liked both of these videos. They're just like, this is part 2 technically. this is. More context, basically.
Into the world's 10th largest economy.
30 years ago, 40 years ago, we lived with grandparents. So it wasn't a big problem to take care of their own child. But in these days, only two people, mom and dad, they have to care about small babies.
Do you think one day you will have...
I don't understand what he was saying. It's like, oh, we live with our grandparents. But now people had to, like, move out of their parents' houses because of rules of America, because of culture of the outside world. Is that what's going on? See, like, they don't understand what they're doing anymore. These Koreans. Their culture has changed. It's like, no, it's like, it's not your fault. It's something is going on, right? Like, if you don't understand what's going on and you can't explain it properly, then I guess it's not your fault. Something else is fishy about this. And I sort of understand, you know, it's just a toxic American culture just leaking out in here and not really being helpful at all. Just feeding stupid rules and ideas, I would say.
Kids? I just see the news. I see things are getting serious, but what should I do? I just don't do anything.
At the current rate, Korea's population will have the same amount of people in 2100 as it did in...
See, I just don't do anything because, again, there's lack of ideas. You can see the news. You can see all the facts, but you don't know what to do with your life, clearly, because there's no leadership going on.
1953, the end of the Korean War.
Like these technically are smart people, but or like intellectual people, but they need to be fed ideas that are not just people being nice to them, you know?
That's just around 20 million people compared to its current 50.
I mean, I already covered a little bit of this, but now I have a complete perspective of what's going on.
2 million.
But what's more concerning here is the rate of decline.
Just look at this chart. In 2020, the population declined by 57,000 people, but 2 years later, it shrank by more than 100.
See, he's just exaggerating the problem. He's like, well, here's the problem. Do you like it? Yeah, nice fact, my friend.
Posting lens in real life. Posting lens in...
That's pretty cool. Memes.
Has country being more public or jury favor?
So I pulled the ending here, the stats, and Lithuania happens to be more favored by public. I even received a comment and 5 likes. Look at me. Look at me, I'm Lithuanian. I'm so powerful. Public's favorite. Public's little baby. I feel like. I've already covered Lithuanian music, but now it just gives a whole nother level of context. And now you have to rewatch it sometimes. Holy crap. I love the name, absolutely, man. Legends never die.
Who has longest currently ongoing qualifying streak in Eurovision after a 20...
And so Lithuania also does pretty well here. Longest ongoing qualifying streak. And we happen to be existing on this list. Isn't that crazy? There's like 5 countries here. Maybe she had to choose between certain countries, because who knows how many other countries qualified 3 times But then she also has the stats of like who's supposed to be higher or lower, basically, based on stats as well. Well, we did it. We even beaten Estonia and Latvia as well. The three sister countries. I don't care. You can go Russia yourself. They actually share a border with Russia, so they can have fun with it.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart?
What the hell, dude?
Only time.
Yeah, the idea is we can build little men that birds can interact with. And destroy. Attack, Red Bird!
Police are refusing to release the body cam footage after an 11-year-old was shot in the chest by an officer who was actually caught.
Dylan is pissing me off. He's surviving on my TikTok with his crazy stuff.
By the boy because his mother was being abused by her ex-boyfriend. After being shot, his mother said he laid there and kept asking, "Why did he shoot me? What did I do wrong?" He was quickly rushed to hospital with a collapsed lung, fractured ribs, and a lacerated liver. Thankfully, 11-year-old Adarian Murray survived and is now...
Clearly, I'm racist enough to think that 11-year-olds, as long as they're black, they should be shot. I mean, it's
records that will never be broken
self-explanatory
again.
from my perspective. I don't see the big deal here.
The world record for holding the most world records. This is Ashrita Furman. He has been breaking records since 1979 and has set more than 600 official Guinness records. This includes balancing a milk bottle on his head for a distance of 80.95 miles, or the fastest.
I don't know, the question is like, how do you do that? How do you just focus on that? Also, how can you afford it? And how smart do you have to be to come up with principles and ways to beat other people in weird ways? Obviously, you have to care a little bit more than other people about records, and you happen to just find the easy ones to break through. And at the same time, it's weird. I don't think it matters here. These are the most random world records.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say?
I said that pigs could theoretically be used to cover up a murder, because pigs are omnivores that will try to eat anything that's sitting in front of them long enough. And when I say theoretically, I mean people have actually dumped bodies in the pig pens and it was gone the next day. I also said that 90% of sex that a giraffe has is between two males. And I said that the Brazilian wandering spider has one.
Basically, he said nothing, and you don't have to listen to him.
You've probably seen this creator on your feed eating ridiculous amounts of food. Her name is Baby Dumpling, and she became famous for doing something we all dream of doing: eating whatever we want, whenever we want, and as much as we want while staying skinny. That's why she went viral in the first.
Yeah, another superpower that a woman has acquired, right? Or is she cheating? We need to watch part 2 because we can't figure out. People say she's not chewing food, so she started chewing food.
McDonald's mukbang.
I have 1 quarter pounder with cheese, a cinnamon roll, fries, 10 nuggets, 2 apple pies.
Her haters in disbelief. It seemed that she had a pretty fast metabolism after all. But then another creator exposed...
But then he exposed her completely. He figured out her secret. Let's see it.
and he claims that someone close to Baby Dumpling contacted him to tell him the truth.
This person told me that they'll go out to eat and she will either purge, throw up all of the food, or take one bite of it and spit it out.
Despite all the accusations, nothing has been confirmed yet, and Baby Dumpling hasn't responded to her haters. To be honest, this controversy is good for her. Her videos are getting millions of views.
Yeah, running from police is good for you.
She is getting brand deals, and she is even getting paid to review food.
It's not good for you if you have to throw up, if you covering up a secret. Like, you have to, well, stop having secrets. No one likes that. They just want to tear you apart and get that secret out and be done with it. Are you strong enough to hold a secret? It's quite a question, I don't know. Another superpower of women. Holding secrets. Ooh.
This world's strongest She-Hulk got
no. Well, let's watch my TikToks.
These are the most and the least hardworking countries on every continent by their average work week. Starting with the least hardworking continent, which is Australia and Oceania. In Australia, they work an average of 32 hours a week. In New Zealand, 33. Nothing bad about this, though. Plus, New Zealand gave us Lord of the Rings. Oh, dude, the...
Alright, Australia, man. Because they're isolated, isn't it? That's why they allow themselves to slack. There's no social pressure, and there's no rich billionaires enslaving their little island. Bunch of idiots. Get enslaved, please.
Next one is gonna piss people off. Not too far behind in our slackiness is Europe. With an average of 40-hour...
We're also hard to enslave because we're smart. But we're so smart that we don't want to talk to each other anymore.
Work week, the most hardworking countries in Europe are Ukraine, Poland, and Greece. The least hardworking are Germany and UK with 33-hour work weeks. But Germany is the country with the highest labor productivity in Europe. So they work very little, but the output is actually very good. Italy has the best work-life balance. Continent number 3 is North America, with the hardest working country being Mexico, 45-hour work week. The least hardworking is the US, 34-hour work week. Canada is in between with 36.
And they complain.
Lucas, we'll get to Brazil, okay? We're moving to more hard-working continents now. Continent number 4 is South America. Colombia and Peru are the most hard-working countries.
At this point, I don't care. I just wanted to remind myself the goddamn
The hardest working country being Mexico, 45-hour work week. The least hardworking is the US, 34-hour work week.
34? It's not far off from Australia at 32. Like, seriously.
Australia, they work an average of 32 hours a week.
See, it's not far off. Despite they're being billionaires, but they can't enslave people who are already rich in America. People are slacking in America. They're not actually working. Are you kidding me? Influencing is not work, even. So even if you like cut your hours by half part-time influencer, am I right?
Peru are the most hardworking countries here with 45-hour work weeks.
Now, I have no idea how to comment on work because I'm not really a worker anymore, and I do care. I just don't know what work is anymore. You have to define it for me. I don't even know what money is. I just need food sometimes. And I just need to stay alive with other things. Maybe I need to buy them sometimes, but like, I'm not gonna buy new clothes. I'm not even gonna change my clothes often enough to worry about it. I'm not gonna go to barber shop. None of this shit, man. So for me, work, I don't know what that is anymore. I just do my thing as hard as I can. In fact, I'm doing it so hard that I'll take a break. Look at me, guys. Such a hard worker. But I am. Because it's very difficult to live without insecurities. Everyone else is just throwing insecurities whenever they feel, oh, this person is not afraid of anything. What about this and that? It is for those and not for these. And it's like, yeah. Have you ever been ignored and blocked and disrespected? I mean, we can do that process, right? You can set up an application of becoming a shadow person right now. No big deal. All right. Let's shove in America in there.
That's 34-hour work.
There you go. America. 30-hour work. Isn't it crazy that I have a burnout system? I've reached 1,000 heat level, so clearly I'm like burning out. I'm spending way too much time on the screen. Way too invested into this stuff. And this is like 10 days in a row. So, hard work, guys. Yeah, I just want to complete quest right now. Take a break. Maybe take a nap. It does make me feel like I was not banned from this Discord. Because there's somewhere a girl hiding, you know, and keeping the order together. But the moment she cares about me, I will get insta-banned. It's so funny. Insta-blocked. Gotta make that special decision. I don't know, I'm not gonna look for her. But it's always this way, man. It's the only thing that can create drama, instant drama, is like relationships and stuff. I need to make a confidence is gold video at some point. But holy Jesus, the amount of videos I need to make. Please help. Please send help. I'm drowning. No, it's a good thing, but it's like maybe if I get help, I can work faster. I just don't know if once I run out of work, will I be happy or not. That's the funny part. I don't know if I'll be happy. Look how hard I'm working, man. I need to accept all these women and say one thing and they will not say anything back and our conversation is going to be over. I love that. But I need to collect at least 3. Otherwise I'm just wasting my time. It took me forever to figure out what a picture looks like that women would still match with, even though it's just another woman, basically. So, what is that perfect tease of a more powerful woman? It took me forever to get there, dude. So, they have to appreciate, they have to give me attention now. Please. Stuck with you. Am I? God damn it. She's gonna be there forever, unless I dip below 800, which will not happen for a very, very long time, it seems. Because now we had the hottest day, so it's downhill, but we're still at least in the middle. It's at least like 9 days left. The funny thing is, Ariana is hitting her 30s next month, basically in like 28 days or whatever, in 4 weeks. What if she can hit 30,000 just because being here is a pretty big privilege? I don't know, man. I thought about it and I'm like, wait, children see ghosts because it's women that see and create ghosts themselves, and children just, you know, get to see ghosts until they understand how reality works and that ghosts are not real. There were some weird encounters back in the day when I was sleeping with my mom and my grandma. It's almost like I picked up the vibe and weird shit was starting to happen. Yeah, because, like, every time I slept with... 2 times. And those were, like, the only times I remember sleeping with someone at all, to be honest. And it's like, what? Ghosts? Ghosts now? Is that what I get when I sleep with a female? What the hell? So that's why children get to see ghosts. It's just women brainwashing them, and they're born with brain damage, basically, or ghosts damage. I mean, if it's not useful to see ghosts, you will naturally outgrow the idea of it. But it's possible. Everything's possible. You know. This is a face of a cat that's that can't run away from water, man. Wants to escape, but she's holding too tight. Look at that. How do you escape from this position? It's impossible. Alright, clearly I don't need a break because I keep doing random things. So let's see if we can make 40 more minutes.
Hanger. Cut it about right here. Cut it about right here, just like that. And you can take your shop towels or your paper towels and put them right through here like this. Then you can just hang them up anywhere you want. Get a paper towel for anything you need. All right, then, next.
Stop this hacker from hacking things.
Most successful countries in Eurovision, who has best average score based on their last 5 performances in finals.
Yeah, we made it here as well. Alright. Qualifying, getting people's attention and not juries. Jury doesn't like us for some reason. And we made it here as well. We have very high positions. I might want to explore Ukraine and Russia because they're on the list as well. And it's kind of weird. It's like, why are they so powerful, dude? See? Sweden is also questionable. Yeah, there's some weird countries. Bulgaria, maybe? Ah, that's a good song. And Turkey. Turkey is also in that weird place alongside Russia. Best friends forever, am I right? And then Italy just created a mystery out of themselves, even though I didn't care. But now I do care. This is a very important thing. I'll just save it. We will use it later.
What that tends to be, we call it sort of a mock spray. And it's not like a precursor to actually urine coming out of your cat. They actually, some cats will do this when they're really, really happy and excited. And that's why they'll rub up against you and do that. Or they'll just, like this cat, walk into the room and do it. So it looks a little more sinister than it actually is, but
it's gonna jump and rip your head off.
This person asks, how do you type 28 letters with only 10 buttons? And the answer is that I don't. Believe it or not, this device may look like it only has 10 buttons.
But it has 4 times more.
It actually has 90. This is a full keyboard. And the question that I'm actually going to answer in this video is, what's the difference in one-dimensional switches versus three-dimensional switches? If you look,
I still don't understand. I still don't understand how he's typing. It just seems ridiculously cool, but yeah, why make life difficult? He needs to like show actual examples, because just typing fast is not actually crazy skill that no one can actually have without this tool. So you have to actually invent something that is helpful. And you have to like get a good grip and switch between gripping this and your mouse. So it could be a lot more complicated than you would think to master this. Text to speech, yeah. Is it? Is it?
this person asks, how do you type 28?
No, it's not. This is more like predictive typing. And it's kind of weird like that. It's so much weirder than what he puts it. He puts it like, oh, these are buttons that can... These are like joysticks, basically. You know? But I think it's a lot weirder than that, because he adds predictive typing as he types. You can see he starts with TE.
What's the difference in one-dimensional?
But then he adds another letter and it turns into the. So there's some predictive shit going on. It's
Hey,
weird.
what's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be pranking my grandma with these fake DVDs.
This is probably the funniest thing. This is the meme that I was looking for. I haven't finished watching. I laughed and I had to leave. I just had to leave it as it is. I only watched halfway because it's too funny, dude. I know it's gonna be the meme, so let's prepare ourselves.
See how this goes. Can you help me pick out a game or a movie? I don't know which one to choose.
Oh my god.
You see any which one?
The confusion begins.
What the fuck?
What?
Funk.
It's Spider-Man.
That's fucking me. That's my fucking picture.
Fun in me.
Peter Parker.
That ain't Peter Parker. That is fucking me.
Oh my god. I can't do this. Now that's predictive programming right there. I knew I was gonna... Oh, how do we make a meme out of this, though? What is it? Oh my god. Best date ever. Turn your GF's face into Shrek. Now that's gonna inspire you guys to watch the movie and stuff. Oh my god.
Look here. Look at Shrek. They even got my fucking face on his eye. Oh, hell no. Oh.
Oh no! Come on. Come on. I'm sorry about that.
Bitch.
What the hell's going on here?
Where the fuck they get these?
Hey, they got the new Grand Theft Auto.
Motherfucker, that's me.
Oh my god!
Did you give them permission to use...
Hell no. Motherfucker. What the fuck's going on? Did you do this shit?
No, I don't work at Walmart.
Well, how the fuck did they get them?
They didn't look that much like you, Granny.
The fuck I didn't. I'll call fucking corporate. I'll find out who in the fuck's doing this shit.
What are you gonna say to
That's a lot of swearing, man.
corporate?
Well, that's the word the fuck they got them at. Who in the hell give them permission to use me on the front of their fucking shit? You see that?
Yeah, it's the new Spider-Man No Way Home.
You see whose picture's on it? Yeah. How the hell did they get one with my picture on it? I'm taking this motherfucker home. I'm Shrek even. See him? Son of a bitch. That ain't nothing. Look at Stranger Things. They got me dressed up as Will. Thinking I won't recognize that shit. And to top it off, and
The disease spreads.
to settle it through. How about Grand Theft Auto 4?
That's $6 grand.
6?
Didn't even come out yet.
Oh, motherfucker.
That must be the illegally downloaded version of it.
Well, I'm gonna find out who done it.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Gran.
This morning it was announced that the European Union has fined Meta a record $1.3 billion for violating EU privacy laws by transferring the personal data of Facebook users.
Or it's just another theater, basically. Oh, give us 1.3 billion because of this weird reason and stuff. So we look more moral, and Facebook looks a little bit immoral for taking data, but we all win out of this. I believe I've heard that this lawsuit you can actually claim some money, but you know where the money goes basically if it's not claimed.
To the United States. While this is the largest fine ever levied like this by the EU, what makes it even more interesting is that during all of this, Meta has also been lobbying the US government to ban TikTok, insinuating that ByteDance is doing what Meta has been shown to already be doing repeatedly. And this isn't even the first time Zuckerberg's company has agreed to pay fines for this kind of thing. Last December, Meta agreed to pay $725 million in connection to the Cambridge Analytica scandal. And while Meta didn't admit to any wrongdoing, it did say that it's revamped its approach to privacy over the years, though apparently not. This morning's announcement is just another example of how U.S. lawmakers are actually more interested in villainizing TikTok, the platform that lets people communicate and spread information in ways never before seen, while those same publicly elected lawmakers protect Meta, because even though they have actually been shown to do what TikTok is only accused of, politicians can directly benefit from Facebook's practices. Remember how many political ads you saw on Facebook and how targeted it all was? How many of those ads have you seen on TikTok? And that's what our leaders seem so scared of, the fact that they cannot control what you see or pay to get themselves in front of you. People like me can't reach.
I don't know, like if you want to reach people, why is nobody talking about YouTube, right? What's that all about? I can't even talk about elections in the way that I like. I just touched it and it just got burned. Like, politicians should be very concerned about that. But I can't even get my voice out there and complain. I don't know how to do it. There's just a lot of dumb problems to solve, and because technology is moving really fast and a lot of people are moving actually quite slow, the world is just flipping upside down. You think government is where it is. You think doctors are where they are. But are you sure about that? Because if someone is like using old technology, they can't keep up. They just can't keep up with the ever-changing information. And if we find out new way of doing things, the old way is just gone and is destroyed. Like, the doctors still haven't woken up to the idea that we have already talked about, that psychotropic drugs or whatever, like antidepressants, are just crap. It's like, well, we talked about it now. Now we're gonna wait for doctors to reply, after 1 year. Maybe they will bump into that information. And we're just like moving on forward. But we must not forget, otherwise we'll have to repeat the message. Oh no, how are we gonna do that?
This hidden problem increases emergency room mortality rate by 75%. Let me explain. So let's say you're cooking, the pan is hot, and you go like, Describe in English the pain.
Burns, and so then it's very, very hot. It hurts and a bad sensation.
Hot, running out of vocabulary.
It's fast.
Can you describe your pain in French?
Je peux plus sentir mon doigt et c'est très chaud et il y a une cloque.
Did you I don't speak French. How would you describe this pain in Korean?
뜨겁다, 따갑다, 짜릿하다.
In Spanish.
Arde, rápido pero muy intenso, doloroso.
Almost 10% of populations in the US and in the UK have limited English proficiency.
I had to go to the hospital with my mom, and she doesn't really speak English. If I had been like at work, for example, and I couldn't go with her, it would have been different.
And not being able to describe.
I think you can describe it through your face expressions. It shouldn't be that difficult that you like need an application, which also requires literacy as well. It's just you can gift it to another person. Here's the alternative. But if you like, you can just like show with gestures, and your face expression should still work. But you should learn words, obviously. And you should be learning the language that you live within, basically. I mean, clearly. Why is this a problem? You will never find it. The stapler, man.
In this video, I'll show you 9 things that
I've tried to open the jar like that. The only way I open jars is with a knife. Just smack them. Just poke a hole, because who cares? It's just a plastic little lid. I'm not gonna reuse it. Just poke the hole. It pops easily. Whatever. Playing with your hands like that, it doesn't work. But let's see the whole thing. Because this narrator is pretty cool. Too much talking. I'm creeped out by this.
everyone always does wrong, especially number 3 and 7 surprise me a lot. Let's start with number 1. For example, what do you do if you have a cutter knife and the blade is no longer sharp?
That's like exactly the reason why I like this person. It's like he explains everything. If you don't need talking, then just mute the shit out of it. Or just mute yourself from expressing this comment that people agree with. But there's a lot of people that disagree too. What do other people say? 2. Yeah, that's also a thing.
Then you simply break off the tip here after.
Everyone who liked this comment is just idiotic. I mean, this is kind of annoying, but I would, yeah. I will reply a very specific thing. Too much NPC in your comments. Or like you can say too much complaining. There's so many things you can respond to comments like these.
The wall, that's what cutter knives are designed for. But how exactly do you do it? Actually, you take the cutter knife, then you press it on the floor or somewhere on the wall so that the blade breaks off here at the predetermined breaking point. But that is actually the wrong way to do it. There is a built-in method that works much better, and that is to use the rear part of the cutter knife, because you can always pull this off with almost all cutter knives. And if you take a closer look at the whole thing, you will see that we have a slit here on this side. And this slit is exactly meant for us to go over the blade with it, because exactly one part of the blade always fits in here. Now you can push this part to the side and break off the blade perfectly. But instead of trying to open it with all your might, there is a much simpler method. And all you need is your hands. Place them on.
Again, I've tried it, it's hard. I don't think I will ever do it that way. I don't think I will ever successfully do it even.
The rim, as you can see in my picture, and press the palms of your hands together. You will then hear a slight crack. The air has now flowed into the glove. Down again. But if you take a closer look at the peeler, you might
Everyone knows
notice
this one
that
already.
there is a blade on and everything gets torn open everywhere and
You turn it sideways.
better. Then the next thing is about candles, because like
You put them into the wax instead of with a stick, instead of blowing because of the smoke or whatever.
it's now coated with candles.
But yeah, you can also light it up better that way. Let me show you how he puts it out.
Always put out your candles the wrong way, because most people blow time until the embers are completely extinguished.
God damn it.
But there is a much easier and quicker way to put out the candles. All you need is a small pointed
I mean, blowing to the candles is faster though. So I don't know what you're talking about.
object. I have such a wooden skewer.
Like this makes no sense. Like the pointy thing, because it's very difficult to like hit the right spot. There has to be like a hook or something like that to make more sense.
Wrong, because if you want to put a new bin liner in your bin, you probably rip one off the roll and start like this. First you open it, shake it apart, so
Yeah, you can do a faster video, but you can't just sit there and complain. If you feel like you're complaining about something, you can do it faster and better. It is true that this is not getting a lot of views, but at the same time, not everyone wants a lot of views, and not everyone is capable of improving themselves. But I'm not going to complain too much about other people complaining, because that would be ridiculous. Let's just, do my thing. It's my opportunity now. So, this is the wrong way to do it, because it leaves it bent, basically. If you just rip it sideways, though, like that,
peel off the little sticky note from the bottom upwards, but from the side, as you can see here. Then you won't have this problem at all. As you can see, it is hard.
well, you will have it bent sideways now, but when you stick it, it's flat, basically, instead of whatever this is. I'm not sure if this is useful. Maybe in the Mr. Beast video it's useful. If you want to make it look cool, maybe some kind of artistic thing. But it is important to note, this one is probably the best one, right?
Or there is simply a cylinder. This allows the water to drain off. You let
can
the
do
other
this,
way, push the strainer
but he
in from above,
recommends
and then
this.
simply tip the water away. This way the water can escape through the holes and the pasta stays in your pot.
It's kind of funny him saying through the holes when it just escapes from the bottom. It's kind of weird. You can just use the lid. I've seen that 40-year-old dude use the lid instead. It's
And
not a
last
big deal.
but not least, you should never throw away this part of oil bottles in the future.
Because you can reduce the amount of oil that comes out. Which I still don't care. It's like you still have plenty of control over the oil, unless it's like spilling out or something. I don't know. Some of it makes no sense.
Email.
This is so cool.
An email. Email, yeah. Are you a male or female?
Email, guys. I don't know what that means though. I want to be email. Can I be email, please? All right.
I myself, I don't have any kids. I don't have children, and many of my friends have kids, and they're great. Kids are great. There's just what my friends, they have often told me. They have said to me many times. My friends who have kids, they say that Ismo, which is me, they say that Ismo, you should also have kids. Like, come on, you should also have kids. Come on, have kids. They have said many times, and I have never, not once, I've never said to them that you should get rid of yours. So I'm not pushing an agenda.
Yeah, his laugh. Yeah.
So, if your bad guys are firing at you from a particularly
It's just a cool reminder that water protects from bullets. Isn't that crazy?
bullet.
As long as they're too fast. If the bullet is slow, technically it will slow down and will also be negated. It doesn't say exactly how far you have to be. It shows the speed of bullets and stuff, but like, I need more practical thing.
In news that I never thought about until now, New York City is sinking from weight. The 1.68 trillion pounds of buildings and skyscrapers, or 3 million Chipotles, is contributing to the...
It's kind of ironic. Back to water you go, Mr. City. Yeah, it's just, it looks very unnatural. It feels unnatural. It's like, how do you commute through places? How do you live here? Like, what is this? What does this mean? It's so stupid, right? But you tell me. I've never actually experienced a city life like this. No one really explained to me how it works.
City sinking by 2 millimeters every year, almost as fast as Venice, which estimates say could be completely underwater within 80 years. About 56% of the world's population live within cities, and that's expected to rise to 65% by 2040, meaning that almost all of the world's growth will be happening in developing nations' cities. And scientists at URI and the Geological Survey are warning that if we're going to be pushing people into smaller spaces, then we need to plan how and where buildings are constructed. I read a lot of news every day, and I gotta say, Fortune has been really getting on my nerves lately. They've been on a crusade against remote working since the pandemic, and I'm not even joking when I say they blame as much as they can on it. We built these welcoming environments for you, and you don't even want them? These skyscrapers are the leading cause for the wait. And now that 25% of the workforce could be working from home, it'll be interesting.
My question is, how do you determine something like this? Like, it's another ridiculous observation at the same time. But technically, yeah, you can think like Earth is like a moving thing over time. It moves out of the way slowly. Wind, erosion, water, just elements themselves, they do consider weight as a potential thing to just let it sink. I mean, that's fantastic. I wanna see them sink, guys.
Gotta look presentable.
That's how you do it, shit, like.
Well, everyone knows Kobe lame, so. But it made me laugh, so I'll show you again. I mean, it works. There are people doesn't have money. Genius.
Am I dumb or something? I've been reading world events for decades. I still have no clue who the heck George Soros is. Can someone please enlighten me? All I know is some people hate his guts for no reason. And don't tell me it's the economic anxiety of white working class. Because how about this guy? I don't think he lives in a trailer park. So Elon didn't offer any specifics except that
he lives as a Tweety tweet. I don't know. I think you can make fun of Elon Musk and like make a 2-hour movie making fun of Elon Musk. Like compile all the information about him. That would be spectacular, bro. If I could do that, holy shit. I would become a billionaire all of a sudden. All those billions that Elon Musk is losing just would come naturally to me. Just because I made a 2-hour movie hating his guts, and every single move he made was a disaster. And man, I know people are trying to make 20-minute videos or whatever. But it gets so much worse when you compile everything together.
Soros resembles Magneto. That's kind of underwhelming. Like, Magneto is a pretty low-ranked villain in a comic scale. Imagine if you put Elon, the space guy, in the Marvel spectrum. He would be at least one of these guys. Magneto would be a piece of nothing. Seriously, if Elon is not satisfied with what Soros does, he can just outspend him. If you call someone 4% as rich as you are a super villain, that just sounds a little bitchy if you ask me. That poor guy can't even fight back. He's 92. Even if he wants to get on social media, his fucking nerds won't let him.
I love this so much, man. Magneto wrong?
Like, you guys really know how to pick an easy target. There are 182 Americans richer than George Soros. If you're mad, at least pick on someone not as old as the very first Scotch tape. Let me ask the MAGA folks, what are you gonna do when George Soros dies? Like, who are you gonna blame for globalism and you not getting laid? Seriously, I want to know who's next in line as the global puppet master. I need to send them the bills for all the TikTok I made. Am I dumb or something?
Yeah, I'm scared of George Soros even more now.
Hey, does anybody remember that time the Backstreet Boys recorded I Want It That Way, but with lyrics that actually made sense? But then they...
I don't know. Everything makes sense if you just... Especially if it makes sense within your feelings and it sounds good, then you can just create your own meaning around it. It's not a big deal. And you can tweak a few things here and there around it.
Use the original version anyway. So the guy that wrote this song, his name is Max Martin. He's written so many huge hits. You name it, he probably wrote it. I think he's...
No Goodbyes actually sounds off. Like, what is that supposed to mean, right? But tell me why is, like... Actually, invitation of a conversation is a completely different dynamic. It's crazy.
Something massive has just happened in the US that everyone should probably know about.
I uploaded another video on YouTube. Oh, that doesn't count?
3 former FBI agents have just testified before Congress, speaking out against the, quote, weaponization of our own government against the people and political enemies. One whistleblower said that the FBI will crush you and your family if you try and expose the truth about the things that they are doing that are wrong. While another claimed that he had his security clearance revoked and was suspended without pay after raising concerns over the January 6 riots. They alleged that if any employees tried to speak out, the FBI would run a smear campaign, suspend them under false pretenses, and try silence opposition and discussion. And to make things worse, this is only days after a huge 4-year investigation.
Yeah, we're collecting data. Jury versus people. Authorities versus people. We have to be scared just in case people decide to do some stupid shit. Well, that's exactly what people want. And that's how government just disappears. When you get scared, when you feel like you have to fight against people by actually telling that you will do it, and it leaks out, and it's like, oh, well, now government just disappeared. If you want to appear government, you will have to declare war now. Now you'll have to do whatever you just said, and not, and have enough balls to actually do it. Like, it's unbelievable. And you will still not become a government, you're just gonna be a war criminal. So it's very interesting. Oh, you don't like people. Yeah, me neither. What are you gonna do about it? Promote me and not attack people directly, because attacking people is a solid matter, unfortunately. Normies, the closer you get to normies, the more dangerous it gets. And leaking information like this is definitely gonna surround you with normies very quickly. And what are they talking about? When is GTA 6? Yeah, I'm scared, man. They're gonna bomb the government in their little video game, you know. But if they can already do it, that means they're stupid. So if you can already bomb the government or something that looks similar, or just attack police in a coherent way, or FBI, whatever, if you can do that in GTA 5 or other versions, then whatever they just said is just a lustful little garbage thing that they can be actually destroyed with. So I don't know. It's not always 100% when the government decides to go against people and something is leaking out that it's always a wrong thing to do and people are gonna win. I'm for the government here. I'm getting paid by the government and I can't treat the money any other way right now. You'll have to reprogram me to think that you paid taxes, you paid a lot of taxes to the government, and then the government decided to pay me. But, you know, I get money filtered by my mom. Mostly I take just my mom's government money. So everything's just twisted for me. I have to just support government and my mom. And both of these entities seem kind of weak and weird and out of date. But at the same time, I do respect them and I do see the potential in them striking back when it's necessary, you know? And most importantly, they're just safe. And safety is a pretty big deal that people want to have, and they never know when they're gonna run out of safety. So that's a big deal. Do we take a break again? I don't feel like I have to. So let's squeeze in 20 more minutes. Yeah, that's how you summon creatures, man. I love this shit.
This man is walking towards me at exactly 1.2268 meters.
And that's how you lost your mind, basically. If you think like that, you're insane. The way I think, I'm like, I have been breathing for 230 times. And I will get 23 clicks on, special clicks on this thing. But I can actually like show it. I don't have to like sit it all in my head. I will express it with just numbers, with the result, math solved after the adventure. This is the thing. I relate, but I know this version is stupid. Needs update.
Per second. This biker is approaching me at exactly 6.215 meters per second. If I slow my walking speed down by exactly 0.031 meters per second, I'll force the biker to use his brakes. He'll have to buy new brakes slightly earlier than he expected to.
Okay, this is getting a little bit stupid. I thought it was like a fun thing, so I didn't actually watch the whole thing first.
This will give me an undeniable advantage in the world of business.
Oh my god, this is so ridiculous.
What?
Finally, we figured out how to tie a tie with your hand instead of your neck. I'm scared, guys. Is the suicide rate still going up?
Let's get the best AI image possible by getting AI to describe it and then generating it again. This is AI telephone. So I typed pizza. This is a slice of pepperoni pizza.
Broken telephone, alright?
Midjourney describes this as one slice of pizza divided on its own. Weird thing to say. That gave us this. Who's that? Who's this man's? A slice of pizza is covered with liquid. I guess that's true. Pantone punk. Dirk and gritty? Dirk and gritty. I'm going through my Dirk and gritty phase right now. So it's really becoming some sort of thing. We have these statue figures like climbing the summit of pizza. 3D models resizing the pizza war. I have no idea what that means. Gorgeous. It made this little mini sculpture with pumpkins and pizza. Halloween in a dream castle. Mushroom core. What happened to pizza? Pumpkin castle with vines that are encircling it. Very Halloweeny, very spooky. We started with pizza. It got weird there for a minute and then ended up at this Halloween mansion. Oh, this is what
we started with pizza. It is a question, right? What is AI experiencing? You must understand, AI is not just a collection of information, but also a collection of ideas from women, most importantly. There's enough magical juice in AI, so you never really understand how it truly works. Especially if you just let go of the understanding, then it's all up to randomness itself. I'm kind of scared of that shit. Because you must understand, there's going to be quantum computers that everyone's excited about. It's probably made out of women energy or some bullshit like that. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't believe in electrons and molecules anymore, or anything you can scope with a microscope. When you care too much, you get burned by magic, and if you don't care enough, you get burned by magic. Either way, it's just like, well, that's how it works, guys. You will never know, because you will never believe me.
So apparently Dunkin' Donuts throws out all their
This is a trigger warning alert. Be aware. You will get burned.
donuts at the end of the day. I wanted to see if it was true or not, so I called a local Dunkin' about 20 minutes before they were about to close. I heard, from a friend of a friend that you guys throw away your donuts that you don't sell at the end of the day. Is that correct?
Yeah, we actually do throw them out at 8 as we close. Yes, we do.
If I pull up 5 or 10 minutes before you guys close, could I just get them?
I'm gonna have to check with my manager.
I explained everything to the manager and she hit me with,
We're not allowed to.
what if I give you like $1 and you just give me like a bunch?
No, I really can't do that. I'm sorry.
Could I just have whatever you're gonna throw away?
The thing is that we are not allowed to.
What if no one knew, Just between you and me.
Yeah, we used to, but we're not allowed to.
No, I didn't want to give up just yet.
We used to, she says. Like, what has changed as well? And the ending is very satisfying.
So we went to Dunkin' Donuts later that night.
Okay, yeah, sure. After finding out, it is like, it's worth so much money. It's ridiculous. Like, $500 at least?
I had to go check their dumpster. We got sued.
Every day you will find that much.
Walked up in there and we found donuts. A lot of donuts. All these donuts were practically brand new. And they tasted incredible as well, I must say. Nothing better than some free.
And it's good food, technically, I guess.
Now, obviously, we weren't just gonna leave empty-handed, so we grabbed a bag full of donuts.
Maybe the bag is not that big.
Obviously, we weren't just gonna leave empty-handed.
What is it, like 5 loaves of bread max? I don't know.
So we grabbed a bag full of donuts and went back home. Thanks, Duncan. So apparently Dunkin' Donuts...
Worst...
It's triggering, it's annoying. It's like, why would they do that? Don't they have a way to sell the donuts a little bit faster? And yes, it's just bad business practice, basically. Like, if you have extra things, you can incentivize people to come, even like take free stuff, first of all, to just get familiar with the environment or whatever. Just make sure that it's nice people taking free stuff and not some scumbags. So, you maybe for a smile, for a happiness, you get some free stuff. Or you get extra donuts if you come later, before the closing. And the closing is basically determined when they run out of donuts properly. Like, you can naturalize the process so you don't have to throw things away and trigger a bunch of people of like, this is weird. Why is this happening, right? So, yeah, it's definitely a bad business practice, and I would not do that if I was a businessman, which probably I will be, because it's inevitable almost. You have to build a business just to keep on living life as intended, basically. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. Even after you break into, like, reality, at 30... you still have to now deal with reality, and only reality almost. While you have to realize that when you were a kid, you were able to play video games and live in your mom's basement and not care about many things that reality has to offer, but has been protecting you the whole time. So Ariana is gonna hit that next month. We'll see how that's gonna work, and I'll hit it in like soon enough, guys, soon enough. But I will release a few YouTube rewinds beforehand. Just you wait.
public approval for Eurovision winner. Which winner got?
Because I have to like graduate as well. I have to smash the reality as hard as I can and make a big ripple effect so everyone knows what they're dealing with, you know, when I come out. YouTube, I made the YouTube Rewind. I controlled YouTube a little bit, you know. Me, YouTube CEO, sometimes, like, 1 time a day, I'm a YouTube CEO. Just 1 time.
Percent of points from the public.
Wait. Lowest percent of points from public. Alright. What? How is it this low then? Alright. For example, this year maximum the country could have had was 444 points if everyone gave them 12 points. So getting that there would be at 100%. Who's not on the list? I don't know. This guy got low approval this year. TikTok, you glitching? You don't want to be Sweden in here. See, they're injecting Sweden a little bit too much. There's something going on. The first time I've heard this, I didn't like it, but later on it's just very catchy. Very catchy. I gotta tell you how I feel about you, 'cause I can't go a minute without your love. I'm scared to know. This is so good. This one is so good. I don't know. How did they not approve these songs? What happened? I'm not. That's why I'm like questioning. Like it. Like I understand, but I don't really. Like I don't. Are you making a mistake?
You want something that's kind of cool? The natural frequency of this tuning fork is about 260 hertz. Sounds like this. And when I get it close to this ping pong ball, you can see that it's resonating enough to actually bounce the ping pong ball around. Now, the frequency of this tuning fork has a little thing on the top that makes it about 240 hertz. If I get this near here, nothing happens to the ping pong ball. But watch what happens when I take this off. They now both have the same exact frequency. And check that out. So I can excite this tuning fork with the sound waves from this one as long as the frequency matches perfect.
Yeah, you made a joke, but it works with humans too. If you don't understand, you just not gonna feel a thing of whatever people say. So that's why the Korean thing was so exciting to them. It's like, oh, you understand a little bit? It's like, wow, you speak so well Korean. It's like now they're like, what do we do? Like, how did you do that? Why do you care so much? Do you like girls from Korea or something? You know, that's probably the feeling as well. Of like when you learn other people's languages and you actually care about their culture, you will pick up on some words, and it's like if it happened naturally and like you naturally care and you didn't just learn a trick basically on TikTok. This is why potentially TikTok is also kind of dangerous. You will learn tricks, but you will not understand how to live life naturally and present those tricks. So either they're going to live inside you or they're going to be expressed in some ugly ways. and put you in a lot of problems.
Women are not nearly as picky looking for a partner as you may think, and I'll prove it to you with both psychology and statistics. You may have seen these TikToks of young ladies being asked some basic questions of what they ideally want to find in a guy, such as age, height,
minimum height,
5'9", no, 6 foot.
You went from 5'9" to 6 foot.
It's like the same, right? 5'11", 6 foot, 6 foot.
I mean, my take on this, before he gives his take, it's like, women don't know shit, bro. They don't know shit. And they will give you a projection that's way exaggerated, hoping that they will attract someone like that a lot faster, because they can't just give up self-esteem. When they have to answer, they have to exaggerate quite significantly. They have to be confident, and that's the only way they can actually express confidence, is by saying exaggerated things. So you can learn about women as well a lot, and I'm scared now, because I just revealed secrets, guys. Holy shit.
6 foot. 5'11".
Annual income.
50K. 50,000. 80,000. 70,000.
Well, you have to be employed.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
100,000.
Oh, oops. My hopes were up, man.
What? Minimum wage, so what, like 50K?
What? And then they're told the probability of finding that guy, which is usually next to no chance at all.
0.81% chance, 2.2% chance, 0.39%, 0.44%, 0.25%, 0.76%.
However, that so-called test is not very accurate.
If you have like 1 in 100% chance, but you do have to care about the chances. This is a pretty big deal. Alright, and he's gonna make fun of it, right? Will I let him? What is the percent chance that I will let him make fun of percent chances? Because I'm the one doing it right now. I'm abusing this guy right now. Okay, I'll let him speak. I know you guys will cry if I don't do that.
Because you can get virtually anyone to have a nearly 0% probability by simply asking them more questions. Just ask them more questions, such as, do you want him to have a college degree?
But it's true. My first instinct is like, let's get a woman into 1% chance, but there's always like a kicker of like how to even squeeze even lesser percent chance very quickly and very in the fair way. Of understanding how many opportunities women actually let slip away. If you need that 1% chance to hit the right person. You know, if you can do that, if you never let opportunities slip away, you will find that 1 out of 100 person quite easily. But if you do let opportunities slip away, then 1% chance is terrifying. All right, and if you do the math correctly, maybe you can actually get into understanding of what we're dealing with here. But this is the hardest number to figure out of people properly treating opportunities. All right, the greatest principle of all time. And you're cancelled, by the way.
Thousands of people in Serbia have begun handing in their guns after the country was stunned with their first mass shootings in
They're gonna celebrate Christmas without guns or something. I'm just messing around.
Close to a decade earlier this month. Following this, the Serbian government declared a 1-month period where citizens could surrender unregistered weapons without any punishment. And in the first week alone, they received 13,500 items, including rifles, pistols, hand grenades, and even anti-tank rocket launchers. Officials say that approximately half of the arms had
anti-tank rocket launchers. Let's go, man.
Been held illegally, while the other half were registered weapons that citizens just decided to hand over. So the question is, if the US had a 1-month amnesty period, how many guns do you think would be handed over?
I don't want to comment on this, on the gun thing. I mean, it's kind of weird. But I have to say something enlightening. That would be helpful as well. Can I find something like that in my brain? I mean, it's just the best thing I can say. A tool is as useful as you are moral. All right. If you're a moral person, if you're not scared of having a gun in your house, basically, potentially, people just didn't have an opportunity, and they're scared of guns, even in their own homes. Like, it's understandable, to be honest, especially now that the peaceful time is kind of coming to a close, but you still have to, like, you have more opportunities than just giving away your gun. But it gets really complicated. This is why I can't comment, because it's so situational. You have to basically do morality check on yourself if you deserve to have a gun. But then the problem rises another thing. You have to morality check yourself and add a little bit of morality to yourself, knowing that there is illegal activity. People will illegally obtain guns anyways. That those guns could be used by the government as well against you, or could just be handed out to evil people. You never really know, so you have to be very suspicious as well. There's a lot of weird things when you dealing with power. All right, when you're dealing with power, it's better to keep as much of it as you can handle. You just have to trust with yourself. If you're trustworthy. But if you're scared, I mean, I can't say anything else but to just do whatever that makes you less scared.
Eurovision songs by the public that didn't win. Who got biggest percent out of maximum point?
You can't just leak out your confidence onto an item that just sits there and collects thoughts and all these things. That's what having a lot of power sometimes means, is that the items that you have will just soak in a lot of power, and you can even just flash into other people's lives because you want to flex that shit. It gets really crazy. It gets so crazy. So be careful when you're playing with power.
Points. Points.
Out of maximum points by the public that didn't win. Yeah, I wanted to like test the public favorites versus jury favorites. So this would be also something I want to save. This one is crazy because, okay, the most recent one is the outlier by a lot. By 6% higher than the second place. What the hell, bro? It makes you think. Also, just Finland just came out of nowhere, isn't it? Look at all these other countries. A bunch of Russia. And Finland, I haven't seen on these top 10 lists at all. Until now. It's like, goddamn, this is some revenge.
Who got the most percent out of public vote in Eurovision?
This is overall, I guess. So it's very similar, I would imagine. No? Oh. Okay, this is somehow different. Well, it's still second place. Austria and Estonia got there. I didn't actually listen to the Estonian song. That's the one. It's so weird. You had a black dude and a European. In Eurovision in general, most of the time it's just gonna miss unless it's France. But somehow it made it still. 2001. Is that because of trade centers? This is the only time public... I mean, this one crushed quite a bit. And even crushed Finland. I mean, you look at the stats as well, your eyes start bleeding. I'm not gonna lie. That's some crazy shit. Especially when it comes from a woman. And then my eyes are bleeding now.
Hi there, it's called a gyro cut. It's got a rotating blade.
Did I do that already? Did we do these ones?
This is an air tag. You probably remember these things. They are really useful for finding something you've lost, but also some bad actors.
I have to now double check the What the Fuss episode. Next year. Fuck, almost made me cry, dude. Stop it. Illegal. That was weird. When Pete showed up, man, this little shit triggered an avalanche. It's starting to piss me off. Instagram doesn't even work. Half of the time, it's like, what? This is really weird for me. It doesn't even work on a tablet. Like, what? This is how many people are reporting this stuff today. App website. But the question is there more information? I don't want 24 hours. There's another site here. Obviously everyone is gonna click yes because that's the thing that's happening. And they're Googling about it for them specifically. Alright. See how voting can actually be kind of stupid? If your samples are kind of dumb as well. This was May 22. I experienced it like 4 days ago, and it's still happening. This is so weird. He must be some kind of hack because I'm just unable to watch Instagram. Unless I open VPN. What the fucking hell is going on? Oh, I know what's going on. Something wrong with the internet provider. And now I have to talk to them and renew my contract or some bullshit like that. Literally, I receive an email at 24th. Which is weird, right? Like, why would you do anything like that? Now it's fucking suspicious, man. Now I have to complain about it in a weird way of like, why is my Instagram not working? Out of everything else. It's what? Why is it... Because I don't believe in coincidences and now I'm in a pickle. Oh yeah, this could happen too. If they anger me, I'll have to summon my final boss on 11 and crush people's hearts, man. Make them bleed. But that one you don't want to fucking happen. Then it's a declaration of war, bro. Yeah, the only way my friends can defeat me is if they talk to me. Alright? And frenemies are competitors, basically. So, basically, if you feel uncomfortable, try and figure out how to not make them talk. Overwhelm them with your confidence is the only way to keep going, right? You never want to risk a reset. They're still very, very close. 17 points away. But at the same time, you want to tempt the devil, so the devil exhausts himself and becomes predictable, and you know that they're gonna be silent forever, regardless. Yeah, this shit is escalating, bro. The fucking dude wants to talk to my door, and that's pretty offensive, man. I'm a pretty good person. I don't know why you want to talk to my door, though. I don't know what you're gonna say to my door. It's gonna complain every single day that you touched it. At this point, I can go negative combat. I don't care. I'll stop at whatever it takes. Let's just block everything. Because you want to meet, and I want to meet. Bring me some meat. But I first need teeth and everything. You have to figure out what I need, man. What kind of meat? Oh yeah, and by the way, this semi-Russian, semi-Ukrainian, you can just like who are you, right? Like, why you speak Russian in your family? It's like, are you Ukrainian? Are you Russian? And it's like, you can just lie about it. Yeah, I don't think that flies. I don't think that flies. But it is ridiculously dangerous. This is the actual thing. It's like, it's a very neat invasion. Ukrainians are basically invading Europe. And we just allow it because we think they are in danger right now. But in actuality, they're just fucking criminals at this point. I know that, but everyone else will not know that, and will suffer the consequences. Ukrainians are just under attack. They're not just a creation of Russia that NATO didn't even want to pick up. You know, of course they're not going to use weapons against NATO itself, but they're going to be provoking a lot of weird things. Like, Ukraine is not just going to flip, but it's definitely going to use manipulation, basically. Confusion of like, wait, is this Russian or Ukrainian? Should I care about people speaking our language or not? You'll just question everything. You'll just be accepting of everything, just because you want to help other people. Which is impossible because you have to start by helping yourself. And because people didn't help themselves for long enough, I'm still stuck in the shadows. I can't even talk to anyone. I could be fine if in the shadows I sit here and I can talk to respectful people and they understand that I'm there. But because they don't understand that I'm in the shadows, I get tremendous amount of power very quickly. They just don't even understand how crazy that is. So just because someone wants to talk to my door, now that I'm blocking them, who knows what's going to happen, by the way. It's always different every time, and you don't want to be predictable, do you? You know, that would be weird. But, I mean, if you haven't talked to me for a long time and then you show up at the worst possible time when I just disappear, and you somehow sense that I disappeared in the first place, like, something's wrong with you, man. Obviously, there's some people who actually care, I guess. Hopefully. It's still questionable, right? Like, I shouldn't be confused. There's probably a lot of Ukrainians in here. But, yeah, it's fucking Russian spies in a way. Or fire spies, rather, call it. There's a land of fire out there. And it keeps wanting to eat some trees. But can't really eat rocks. That sucks. I mean, my friend is asking the right questions of like, how is this possible? You know, how am I one person talking in from different perspectives, basically? I'm not summoning even people, but I can just talk in different perspectives. It's fun. You don't need to mock me. You don't need to attack me. You don't need to be threatened by it. But if you dig deeper, you will get all of those things. I mean, just it's a natural selection of... the deeper you go, the darker it gets. I mean, what else did you expect? So, yeah, of course people will be surprised how deep I am as a person. And how different I am from a normie. But it's like, what did you expect? I spent plenty of time in the darkness, plenty of time being disrespected. You just take that into consideration, figure out what that means. Somehow people can do that math of like what it's like to be disrespected for a very long time. You know, and if I'm self-aware of that, that is so much worse. So you just a stack of stack. Because if I'm self-aware, that means I did not agree upon that. Like, if I agree that I should be disrespected, I should be kept in shadows, I don't know what to do when I go outside of shadows, but it's just how crippled I am. I can't do anything, so I'm an easy target, but at the same time I'm very dangerous because, well, I happen to know more because I came up with those ideas in the first place. I came up with original ideas to defend myself. And those can be easily upgraded by real things. I need tank, someone is going to give me a tank. Alright? I need a grenade launcher to bomb your home a little bit, set your shit on fire. I'll get that eventually. Don't ask me to have that, you know? Don't ask me of like, but you don't really have it, you know? You can't really do anything. And eventually I'll get it, you know? Because you asked for it very nicely. Satan hears your moves. It's a very satisfying thing. So better wish for good things instead of bad things. It's just a very simple thing. The reason Santa doesn't deliver presents for bad people, because bad people get presents all the time. I love delivering presents to bad people. It's just that I need one special day to deliver presents to good people, and they need like very small, sprinkly, magical feeling presents. They kind of have everything in their life anyways, because good people attract what they need, and they're satisfied with it. But bad people want a lot of things, and I have to deliver that too. Satan for the rescue. Absolutely. Welcome to North Pole, bitches. And honestly, we can end this, because I am racist.
Hey guys, 10 factorial seconds is
Yep. Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen that.
Garbage landlord math.
We've seen that. Everything. Alright. I'll say hi to Sniper Wolf. I want to see what she's doing. We're all in this together, right? YouTube for the win. There's a reason why I'm YouTube CEO, because I care about these people and I don't want them to be in trouble for anything they do. Women can become like very toxic, and men can be womanized, basically. Manipulated by women. It's all about women, guys, unfortunately. Because like we live in peaceful times and we have to be careful. So even though it's like fluffy women things, but it can be quite toxic if it doesn't hit the right spot, if it's just like creepy stuff eventually. Sugar-coated by a woman, you know, but everything else is just weird. That's the vibe usually. What is the pranks went too far? I don't care. Lucky with food. How is that lucky? Like, how do you get lucky? How does it make any sense? Spoiled girl. Yeah, I wish you were not spoiled. Let's click on this anyways. This one is interesting. Oh no, Sniper Wolf is defeated by my body, man. Because I don't know where to put it. So I put it in the top top. So basically it's purple now. Oh. That's purple now. Sorry, Sniper Wolf, you got kicked out by my body. If you gave me more exercise routines, maybe I knew what to do. Or hygiene routines. Do you even need some? I don't know, man. Maybe if she sent a camera. Oh wait, I don't know where to plug it in. I need a new computer. Everything new. Definitely not spoiled from my perspective, you know. If you like suffering and you like see rich people who can basically buy you anything and set you up to be a YouTuber, you should be upset because they are preventing you from being their competition, basically. Everyone can react to TikToks and other videos, right? So if you can't actually do that whenever you want, you can't just have a perfect YouTuber setup, you should be upset. You should be upset up, alright? And, yeah, Sniper Wolf lost ownership of the top 25 seat. I'm just a very fat person, alright? That's why body is also 25th now. Number 25 is my body, alright? Me, my title, my crown has to sit down. Then there's me sitting down. And there's my body sitting down. There's my food, a truckload of food for my people and everything. Very good, very good. This is how we go. And there's gonna be more things coming up, like my weaponry will sit down in a movie theater. You know, I need an axe, a big dual axe, just close to me. You know, I can't just put it. I need room for. I need some leg room. You know, so we're gonna have a big axe. What else are we gonna have? I'm not gonna invite my friends though. That would be ugly. Uggy, get out of here. Evil. All right, bye guys. We have reached time limit. This is the hottest day, or the day after the hottest day. So you must understand. This is insanity. What's going on right now? Everything is coming together into spectacular nonsense. And I'm not reaching 30 years yet. Ariana is reaching 30 years, so we're gonna celebrate her birthday, I guess. The whole world will have to celebrate it as hard as they can within 30 days. Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you. Ooh! Stop recording. Bye.